News 25 is brought to you by Bees Embroidery and Garment Printing, specializing in custom and personalized decoration of gifts, garments, and more. Call 775-727-9444. News is also brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Tonight, a rollover crash takes a life and sends one person to trauma, and 3 dogs are lost in a structure fire. News 25 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
A horrific crash takes the life of one young female. It's Wednesday, May 22nd. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Well, one person was killed and one taken via Mercy Air last night to a trauma center in Las Vegas after a vehicle rolled and at least one occupant ejected from the car. Witnesses state that the vehicle was passing cars at a high rate of speed on the right side of the roadway, hit the dirt, and lost control.
We were dispatched on a mutual aid assignment for a one-vehicle rollover. It wasn't immediately known the extent of injuries. However, as we were responding, we received a report from our medic unit that was returning from an inter-facility transfer from Las Vegas. They came upon the accident in short fashion. They did a quick scene size-up risk assessment. They determined that one person did not survive the accident and a second person sustained injuries that was consistent with flight. We added Mercy Air 24 to our assignment. Upon our arrival, we then assisted with the medic unit with patient care and the management of the LZ from Mercy Air. One person appeared to have been ejected, and that person did not survive the accident.
No other occupants and no other vehicles involved?
That's correct. The NHP troopers were investigating as to how the accident occurred.
Well, 3 family dogs were killed and 3 people were transported to Desert View Hospital today following an explosive home fire that destroyed the evidence, the residents, vehicles, and everything in its path before firefighters could get it under control.
Around 10:07 this morning, we were dispatched to report of a structure fire in the 2800 block of West Basin. As crews arrived on location, we found heavy fire conditions presenting from a double-wide manufactured dwelling that also had a stick-built addition to the rear side. There were numerous vehicles and other parked motorhomes and outbuildings to the rear that were immediate exposures. Crews commenced a quick defensive attack, what we call a blitz attack, heavy water, a short period of time. We determined that all occupants were accounted for and out of the structure. We are currently underway with a search for 3 canines that were known to be in the house. The floors are severely compromised. As you can see behind us today, the structure is in very poor condition from the fire. Crews did an outstanding job. There's no hydrants in the area, so we had to use our water tenders for water supply. And so we're in the process of completing an investigation with it. Preliminarily, it appears to be accidental in nature. We transported 3 injured persons from the scene, 2 with the chief complaint of smoke inhalation and 1 with smoke inhalation and some minor thermal burns. As we were leaving or exiting the fire station, we saw a heavy plume of smoke developing in the area of the fire as it was reported. As I neared the scene, I had heavy fire just about blowing out every window and doorway. So yes, heavy fire conditions throughout. Unknown is exactly why. It appears there may have been a time delay in the detection and notification of the fire.
A property that was featured on Live PD's episode involving a police pursuit and a discovery of numerous stolen motorcycles caught fire today on Paiute Boulevard.
Dispatched a report of a brush fire initially, which was discovered by a sheriff's officer who was operating in the area. As quickly as the brush fire was reported and we were responding, it extended to the nearby structure, and of course the assignment was retoned for a structure, adding additional apparatus. We arrived on location and found a 1-story building, well involved. We had a large pit that runs along the side and the rear of that structure. It looks like it may have formerly been a pool, which was filled with debris. We're investigating the possibility that that debris may have been ignited when wind-driven to the structure. Actually, the motorhome was protected by fire department as soon as they arrived. Our response was in about 5 minutes after our dispatch. Well, it appears that it's an occupied structure. However, no one was discovered in the house or any of the nearby motorhomes that are placed on this property. Well, we believe it may be at the hands of an unauthorized burn, which would make it less intentional or unintentional. We're investigating because nobody's on the property at this point.
Tell people what you have to do to burn.
So one of the big concerns is we have wind-driven conditions today. They're shifting in nature. They're exceeding up to 10 to 15 miles per hour, so not ideal conditions to burn anyway. But in this particular instance, if there was a burn, as we think there may have been, the material load is way too high. It's in a large pit. It's a large area that was involved, so way outside of the intent of the scope of the ordinance.
And you normally have to get a permit for that anyways, right?
You do, and I suspect there's probably not a permit for this property.
And we got an update from Fire Chief Scott Lewis concerning yesterday's motorcycle versus bike accident that occurred on Basin Avenue yesterday, where a bike rider was sent to a local hospital and the motorcycle rider sent to Desert View.
They were dispatched for a report of a motor vehicle accident with injuries. Specifically, it was a motorcycle versus a bicyclist. When we arrived on location, we found both riders on the ground. The bicyclist had sustained injuries consistent with flight. We brought Mercy Air 21 onto the assignment. However, we transported that patient from the scene to Base 21 for flight to trauma. The motorcyclist was transported to our local hospital. That is under investigation by the Sheriff's Office.
More news, including Business First Brief, after this break.
KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Welcome back. Let's go to Angela Miles with today's Business First Brief.
Topping our news, chip stocks including Broadcom and Qualcomm surged on word that the Trump administration is easing up restrictions on Chinese tech company Huawei. Huawei will be allowed to buy American-made goods so it can keep existing networks going and provide software updates at least until August 19th. A bird strike may be to blame for the March crash of Boeing 737 MAX. Aviation officials said earlier bad sensor data triggered the jet's anti-stall system on the Ethiopian Airlines flight. They now say a bird may have been a factor. The stock edged higher. UK Prime Minister Theresa May is calling for a fourth vote on Brexit. It's reported the new Brexit deal is a lot like her old Brexit deal. May faces increasing pressure to quit. Nordstrom turned in disappointing earnings last night. Revenue came in light at $3.4 billion. The stock tumbled in the after-hour session. The Nordstrom news follows word that 650 Dress Barn stores are closing.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue says that due to cooler weather, burn season is closing later than normal. The last day that you can use your burn permit for controlled burning will be Sunday, June 2nd from 8 a.m. until noon, weather permitting. For more information, you can contact Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue Services. Well, the county commissioners discussed a lawsuit concerning applications for water rights at a recent meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to not to remand anything, but to just withdraw the applications for those.
That's a second.
Motion and a second to withdraw. Was that the word?
Please. Yes, you withdraw applications.
Yeah, I'm having the same problem that Marla's having. Go ahead.
If I may, Marla Zlotek on behalf of the District Attorney's Office. The stipulation, if you were to make a motion to approve the stipulation to be filed with prejudice, then what would happen next would be those water applications would be remanded, and the opportunity to either withdraw at that point or amend and correct the water applications would be able to occur. So this is asking action for approval to file the stipulation to dismiss the court action, the petitions for judicial review, whereby the water applications would be remanded back to the state, and the county would be able to either amend or withdraw the applications at that point. So it would accomplish the motion you're trying to make.
I understand that, Marla,
Okay.
with a whole lot of exercise in between. If we just simply withdraw the applications, there's no reason to remand or to follow along with all these lawsuits and to take up a lot of staff time in your office to go through the judicial proceedings. So if that's what you need to do, that's fine. I'll make a motion to approve. Just as you've said, we'll have to make sure that motion is understood. Yeah, Kelly says she's got it.
I changed my second.
Motion second to dismiss without prejudice and remand water rights applications? I did that on purpose, now I forget. I have a motion and a second to dismiss without prejudice and remand water rights applications as I read before. Further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. Unanimous.
Right after this break, we're going to tell you about a long-awaited groundbreaking and Vegas Uncorked. We'll be right back.
News 25 is brought to you by Bill and Robin Law, injury attorneys. Injured, need money? Get Bill and Robin, your local Pahrump injury attorneys.
Well, everybody on the south end of Pahrump is going to be super happy because the groundbreaking for Kellogg Park was held this morning off Squaw Valley Road. The dirt work is scheduled to begin next Tuesday.
Kellogg Park's been in the dreams for quite a few years. People down south have been waiting for this and waiting for it and waiting for it. Most of the money that we've spent lately has gone the parks that we have already up north. We put new lights in, shade structures. Now it's time to give the people down south something that they want. We've spent, to get this started, almost $600,000. We're starting it now, and we intend to complete it. There'll be a dog park, and there'll be other stuff here, but there'll be softball fields and places to play soccer and that type of thing. I don't know the answer to that. It's going to depend mainly on money. The key to this is to keep it going, little steps at a time, little chunks, and never to stop, because what we find around here is once you stop, it's hard to get the momentum to go again. So even if I'm not here as a commissioner, I need the rest of the commissioners to keep it going until it's done. There are 80 acres, I believe, two 40-acre parcels owned by the town of Pahrump, and there's 18 acres, I think, owned by the county. They're going to start grubbing and grading. That means removing all of the vegetation out here. The well will be working by next week, so they'll have water, so we should be good to go. There will be bathrooms out here at some point in time, yes.
So people can start utilizing this right now?
Not right now, because there'll be construction equipment going, and you really don't want to get run over by one of these beasts.
All right, so we are right on Bridger and Squaw Valley right here, but it's between Bridger and Kellogg,
right.
And it's called Kellogg Park?
Yes, it is. So with that, we're going to turn some dirt. Ready?
Ready.
I told you.
All right, here we go. All right,
And now we'll cut a ribbon. Okay.
we're all doing this. Someone open them.
Yay! I thank everybody for coming.
All right, well, that's going to be fantastic. Restaurateur Lisa Vanderpump and Vegas celebrity chefs Gordon Ramsay and more recently kicked off the 13th annual Vegas Uncorked Food, Wine, and Spirits Festival in Las Vegas. Reporter Bonnie Penix brings us the story.
With the burst of champagne, so begins the opening of Vegas Uncorked, an annual 4-day culinary extravaganza. More than 2,000 food enthusiasts attended the grand tasting held at Caesars, Garden of the Gods Pool Oasis.
Las Vegas is home to some of the finest chefs from around the world. And tonight, here at Vegas Uncorked, they'll be demonstrating some of their master culinary creations.
Over 50 of the world's top chefs treated attendees to a once-in-a-lifetime tasting experience. A wide variety of restaurants were represented at the Foodie Festival, leaving guests delighted and satisfied.
This is the most grand tasting wine event you've ever been to in your life. All the celebrity chefs, the weather's good, the people are having a good time, everybody's dressed nice, very good time.
How would you describe this atmosphere? I think that anyone who has an opportunity to experience Vegas Uncorked should definitely take advantage of it.
Those lucky enough, including myself, got a chance to take a commemorative photo with world-renowned chef Gordon Ramsay. Lisa Vanderpump of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills recently unveiled her newest restaurant, Vanderpump Cocktail Garden, at Caesars.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
Thank you. Hello.
how's it going for you?
It's just been an incredible experience. I mean, these pilots have treated us like family. So, you know, I was unsure whether it would be easy for us to do because we live in Los Angeles and normally our fingers are on the pulse, you know. But it's been really fantastic. And to bring it to fruition and to see it, you know, so busy and people loving the concept so much. You know, in a space that was ostensibly very quiet, you know, it hadn't been kind of up and running for a while. To be right out there on the casino floor, it's been really great.
Guests thoroughly enjoyed the wide array of food, wine, and spirits in the festival-like atmosphere and look forward to returning.
What do you tell people who are going to be seeing this piece about coming to Vegas?
Come to Vegas. It's awesome. It's our first time. It's awesome.
I'm Bonnie Penix reporting.
Thanks so much, Bonnie. Well, Carmen Merzin is the contestant for the Miss Senior Golden Years USA pageant. We caught up with Carmen during a meet and greet at the Artesia Clubhouse recently.
Hi, I'm Carmen Merzin. I'm contestant number 2. And our pageant's going to be at Saddle West, June 8th at 7 p.m. We'd love to have everybody come down and enjoy us. There's going to be great entertainment. You're going to see all the beautiful ladies that is running for the Queen. And there's a refreshment thing afterwards. So please come on down. And it's a Miss Senior Golden Years USA. And I've enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. And I'm a diplomat for the chambers. And I have been involved in coalition for all the homeless committees. And I just enjoy Pahrump. It's a very lovely place, and it's just, you need to come to our pageant. If you need any tickets, contact me, please. Thank you.
You're watching KPVM News 25. Local coverage you can count on.
Let's take a look outside at our weather right now. We're gonna, oh, look, some birds flying right across there. We've got a lot of wind still going on. We're gonna find out more right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hello and welcome back to News 25. I'm Michael Donahue with today's temperatures. In Las Vegas, we had a high of 66 degrees and a low of 53. Death Valley at 79.61. Amargosa, high of 67 and a low of 48. In Beatty at 63.45. 50.38 in Goldfield. Tonopah at 48.36. Carson City, a high of 59 and a low of 44. Fallon at a high of 59 and low of 47. And Fernley, a high of 60 and also a low of 47 degrees. For today in Pahrump, you had mostly cloudy skies, a high of 64 degrees. Winds coming out of the west-southwest at 6 miles per hour. Our humidity at 33%. And our sunrise was at 5:32 this morning. For tonight, still having those mostly cloudy skies. It's currently 60 degrees outside. Our low tonight will be 48 degrees, with winds coming out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour. Our humidity at 60%, and our sunset at 7:48 p.m. Looking ahead to our 7-day, those clouds have been hanging out, and they're going to just keep hanging out. Tomorrow for Thursday, we still have that 20% chance of rain. And temperature-wise on Thursday, we're going to see a high of 67 degrees. On Friday, we're going to jump up just a little bit to 76. On Saturday, we're going to be up at 80. And then Sunday and Monday, we're going to drop just a little bit to 75 and 72 degrees. And then Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to come up just also again just a little bit to 80 and 82 degrees. Our overnights are looking a little bit more consistent from Thursday through next Tuesday. Our overnights are just going to be around that 50-degree range, just between 51 and 59 degrees. Then next Wednesday, we're going to jump up just a little bit to a low of 62 degrees. So now if you can't make it back in time to catch the news live on TV, make sure to check out our Facebook page. You can catch the news live every night at 5, even on the go. So now we're going to throw it back to the desk with Deanna.
Thanks so much, Michael. Well, we want to tell everybody that, remind you once again that we're not going to be here on Monday for Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be that wonderful 3-day weekend, and of course the weather looks like it's going to be pretty good this weekend. Lakeside is having their barbecue on Sunday, so everyone's invited down there for that. For more information, you can go to their website for the Prump Nugget and Golden Entertainment schedule and what's going on with them at all of their 3 properties here in Pahrump. And of course, we want to let everybody know, if you want to get hooked up to free local television and you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, or you're listening to us on Ace Country Radio, you can do that by just picking up a digital antenna and hooking it up to your TV. You can even keep your satellite. So if you have any questions about that, give us a call, 775-727-9400, extension 201. And of course, Jim Butler Days is this weekend, so if you're looking to go out of town up there in Tonopah for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're going to have a wonderful event, including a parade. Well, that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell from all of us here at KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. Have a great night. See you back here tomorrow.